viewers. My name is Dominic, the health and fitness coach. Our topic today will be about the reasons why we need to do exercise. So, we are all aware that it's very important for us to do exercise for the following reasons. Yeah? So, number one, exercise helps us to reduce the risk of something called heart attack. So when you do exercise, that will mean that blood cholesterol or the amount of fats in your body will reduce. And therefore, blood supply to and from the heart will be sufficient, and also to other parts of the body, other organs. Yeah, and therefore you remain healthy. Secondly, exercise helps you manage your weight better. Because if you don't manage your weight, this is where the non-communicable diseases will set in. The high blood pressure, diabetes, and all the rest. Yeah? Again, as you can see, exercise helps us reduce or lower blood cholesterol. So when your blood cholesterol or blood fats are too high, this is where you develop blood clots. And therefore, it increases your chances of getting things like stroke. Yeah? And next, it also helps us reduce the chances of acquiring diabetes type 2. So diabetes type 2 is a lifestyle. Yeah? So it gets you depending on the kind of life you live. Yeah? This is just increased levels of blood sugar. Now, next, it also helps us lower blood pressure. When your blood pressure is high, you can suffer from, again, other conditions. Like this may lead to stroke. Yeah? So when you do exercise, it lowers your blood pressure, or your blood pressure remains normal. Now, next, it helps you develop stronger bones and stronger muscles. This will help you, for example, you walk and you fall, you will not get injured as compared to people who don't do exercise. And therefore, it's very important to do exercise to help the body absorb more nutrients from the food we eat, so that you have stronger bones. Now, exercise also helps us recover from the period of hospitalization. For example, a patient who is bedridden, we do something called physiotherapy to them, so that this enhances the blood flow in their body, and therefore they heal faster, or they recover faster, as compared to patients who don't get physio services. So exercise also helps the patient to recover faster. Now, the other reason why we need to do exercise is that it helps us feel better and have good moods. Yeah, you feel better and you have more energy. So anyone who does exercise, when you do exercise, your heart pumps faster, especially when you do cardio exercises, your heart pumps, and therefore you have sufficient blood supply. And when blood supply is sufficient, that means that oxygen is also sufficient, and therefore your energy levels rises. Yeah. So exercise also helps us reduce the risk of other heart-related conditions. Yeah, like stroke. And stroke, definitely, as we have seen, is caused by things like overweight. When you are overweight, anytime you can develop conditions called stroke, you can have stroke. There is something called physical inactivity. So when you are inactive, again, you can develop such related heart conditions. Heavy drinking also, those who drink a lot of alcohol, this can lead to conditions like stroke. Use of illicit drugs like cocaine also can lead to those heart-related conditions. When you have high blood pressure, definitely this also may lead to conditions like that we are talking about, the stroke. Yeah? Again, when you have high cholesterol, high blood fats may lead to same condition because of blood clots. Yeah? Again, the next reason why you need to do exercise is that exercise helps to lower chances of developing peptic ulcers. And why do we develop peptic ulcers when you don't do exercise? So as we all know, when you eat, you inhale a lot of air as you eat, and therefore this air turns into gas in your stomach, and therefore if you don't do exercise, you will accumulate this air and will turn against you. But when you do exercise, you bulge, and then therefore the air comes out. When you do exercise also, it relieves you from things like stress and depression, and therefore reduces the chances of getting a peptic ulcer. Exercise also prevents us from developing something called ED, or erectile dysfunction. When someone is overweight or is having too much weight, the blood supply to the reproductive organ is compromised, and therefore the chances of having something called full erection reduces. So we really need to do exercise so that we don't suffer from such conditions. Exercise also prevents something called malnutrition. So malnutrition is just lack of some nutrients. This is because when you don't do exercise, the body will not be able to create demand for itself to absorb more nutrients from the food we eat. And therefore you find some people are eating, they eat too much, they eat proper food, but they're still underweight. Why? This is because the food they eat gets wasted, because the body has not created demand for digestion and absorption. Lastly, it also prevents lower back pain, it prevents joint pains and general body pain. So anyone who does exercise doesn't suffer from unnecessary discomforts or unnecessary joint pains or back pains, because there's that flexibility, and therefore the body is able to perform its normal functions as usual. So I want to urge us to take this very seriously, because this is where our health and fitness comes from. If you don't do exercise, definitely you won't be healthy, and therefore you will not be able to do your normal day-to-day activities. For today, this is enough, and I want to thank you so much, viewers, for being part of this. Let us have a healthy nation by encouraging people to do exercise and eat healthy food. Thank you so much, and may God bless you.